For the width of the neck, I'll be using 2.5, and for the depth, I'll be using 1 inch. Hi friends, welcome to Style and Sew. If you are joining us for the very first time, hi. Don't forget to subscribe and join the family. And if you're already part of the family, hola, it's good to have you again. Let's dive straight into the business of today. Alright, today we're going to be making this luxury bubu with shoulder pleat. Now, connect the width to the depth. After that, mark out 2 inches for the front piece. Rule a straight line all the way down from top to bottom. Cut out the back neck that you marked earlier. Open it up vertically like you can see in the video. Just take your time and watch what I'm doing here. This method is basically just like you're making a kimono outfit. So we're opening it up so that we can cut out the 2 inches at the front. So where you can see this straight line is actually the front of the outfit, and we are about to trim out that 2 inches. This is basically where we'll be attaching the plain fabric. Now we have something that looks exactly like a kimono jacket. Now we're about to work on the shoulder pleats. Turn your fabric to the front. So by using the right side of the fabric now, from the nape of your neck, divide your shoulder into 2. So my shoulder is 15. Okay, my shoulder is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. So that's 7.5. Now I will minus 1, 2.5 inches. I minus 2.5 inches, so that by the time we are done with this will just lay directly on my shoulder line. Okay, 2.5 inches, that's 5. Then from that 5, measure 2.5 inches. Okay, from that 2.5 inches, measure another 2.5 inches. So basically, this is it. So we'll have the same thing you will do on the other side. So for the length, I'll measure 15. For the length, I'll measure 15 inches. 15 inches. For the length at the back, I'll also measure 15 inches. Remember, whatever you do to the front, the same thing you do to the back. So here we have 5, we have 2.5, we have another 2.5. So I'm going to pick it out like this. I'm going to pick it out like this and then fold it in. Okay. So this 5 plus 1, 2.5. So how to get the front part? Shoulder, measure your shoulder to the midpoint, which is 5.5. 5.5. So I'm going to get 5.5 here. You can choose to draw a line. You can choose to draw a line. In the middle. And choose to draw a line like this. So what we are going to do next is to join this end, this 2.5, to the 5 inch. Remember, we measured from nape of the neck to this place, which is 5.5. So we're going to join this first 2.5 and this 2.5 together. So this is basically the middle. We join it all the way down, all the way down to that 15 inches. You don't have to get to 15 inches. If you don't want, you can just do 6 inches. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to draw a line that will guide me. I'm just going to draw out the line. So you can draw the line on the right side. I decided to use my pencil, and I think this is like the best idea, to use your pencil, because it will not be visible to other people, but it will be visible to you. So I'm pinning it at the middle just so I don't make any mistakes. All right, so next thing on the agenda is to join it on this 2.5, on this 5. Just join it for like 12 inches, 5 inches, depends on you. So we're going to repeat the same thing on this other side. So I just finished sewing that part, and this is what I pinned. This is where I pinned. So I made sure I sew on the 2.5. Do you get? So what we literally measured is 5 inches. So let me just quickly run you through. From the nape of your neck, measure 7 inches. I mean, whatever your shoulder is. If your shoulder is 15, that's 7.5. Measure 7.5. For somebody of 7.5, it means their shoulder is smaller, so we used 2.5. For someone that their shoulder is like wider, maybe 18, you use 3 inches so that it can lay perfectly on the shoulder. So now we used 7.5 minus 2.5. So this is the 2.5. 7.5 minus 2.5. Then you will now add 5 inches. Divide that 5 inches into 2, which is this. So this is 2.5 and 2.5, which gave us 5 inches. So we sew on that 5.5 inches. You sew on that line. So I made my sewing this length 10 inches, this length 10 inches. Same with the other side. I hope it's clear. Then you can bring it here to your ironing board or ironing table, and then you can iron it out. Now let's get the armhole of the dress. So I'll be using 11 inches. Mark that 11 inches and then curve it all the way down. If you want to add your hips, you already know what to do. Then trim it out. Repeat the same thing on the other side of the dress. When you're done with this, measure the circumference of the middle. That's the opening part. So you're going to be taking your measurement from the bottom of one side all the way to the nape of the neck, all the way down to the other side. So you're trying to get the length, the full length of the middle. Next thing to do, notch the middle. Notch the middle, like you're saying, notch the middle of that nape of the neck. Measure 2.5 inches on your plain fabric or whatever fabric you want to attach to the neck. That's 2.5 inches on fold. Please do not forget on fold. Then lay a paper stay on it. It's either you're laying to one side or you're laying to the both side. For me, I laid it on both sides of the plain fabric. Trim out that 2.5 inches. That's the full length of whatever you're doing. Okay, trim it out. Unfold is 2.5 inches. On open, it is 5 inches. Please do not forget that. Next thing to do, go over to your mannequin, or to your, you can use your body to do this measurement. So you can go over to your mannequin and measure from your chest area over your nape, over the nape of your neck, and then come down back to the chest area. Okay, so basically we're just trying to get the opening of the neck where your head will pass through, or where your customer's head will pass through. Make sure it is open enough for the head to pass through. Because by the time I was done with this mine, it was a bit difficult for my head to pass through, especially if you are on a lot of hair. For me, initially I used 22, and then, but by the time I was done, I had to open it up to 25 and half. So 25 is actually perfect. So after joining this together, open it up like this. Open it up. Let this line face this other line, just like this. Make sure the lines are touching each other. You can decide to pin it if you're not sure of yourself. If you're not sure of what is going on, you can decide to pin it, okay? So we're going to take the measurements now. So this is the nape of your neck. We got 22. All right. So remember that this 22 that we got is the round all the way. Divide it by 2, you'll get 11. Okay. So for the slit, I'll measure from the nape of the neck all the way to 40 inches. That's my preference, so you can always do yours. After which, join the first measurement up to these 40 inches to get the joining in the middle. Give it a single press and flip to the other side. Give it another press. This will enable it to stabilize and be straight, so you can just sew a straight line without making any mistakes at all. So now I'm done with this sewing. Next thing to do is to turn it over like this. Gently turn it over. You'll be having two sides facing each other, just like this. Yes, that's the opening, and this is the neck. Now we'll be joining this middle part, that's the nape of your neck, to the nape of the neck of the dress. Now give it a good press, okay? Join the middle of your plain fabric to the nape of your neck, just like you can see. Pin it down. So we're going to be joining from the nape of the neck to the end of one side, and from the nape of the neck to the end of the other side, just to create a balance. While fixing this, be careful not to make any mistakes. So when I was done with this, I couldn't make any more videos. Then I used the plain fabric to tape the sleeve and added 3 buttons, and my outfit is ready. If this video was helpful, do leave me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to turn on my post notifications so you'll be notified whenever I drop a new video. Bye. See you in my next video.